Hey, my fellow multidimensionals, it's Aisha Love, founder of Multidimensional You. I am in the beautiful Lost River Valley of Idaho. And in this part of the Activating the Healer Within series, we are going to be talking about shadow reflected in our reality around us and leaving behind talking about reality out there as static. The next level of addressing our own projections as they are reflected back to us in our external reality. This is full responsibility, accountability for our human journey and walk. I invite you to bring in levity. Shadow work can be quite heavy. It can be shocking at times. I speak from personal experience to see shadow reflected back, to see what we've been up to. I'm a big fan of, dropping some expletives of like, man, I'll look at my shit. I was an a-hole. I didn't even know it. What? I don't do that in a harsh way. I do it, if anything, it's to not take myself so seriously. Having channeled quite a few spirit guides, I will say, sometimes they give people a swift kick in the pants, and they're, you know what? I think there's a place for that. Again, if we could not take ourselves so seriously. This part of the series, I can tell the message that's really wanting to come through is this invitation into really owning our own projections. And I've talked about this for a few years, but there really is a next level and a next and a next and a full spiral of being willing to own everything that comes out of our mouths. In the Awakening program, that's a do-it-yourself course, by the way. We should link to that. I haven't talked about that in a while, but that's there. You can pick that up and really work with it if you feel a little bit new to this work. I've been talking about that since then because I had channeled so many spirit guides who were saying similar things. And, essentially it's about becoming much more mindful about how we speak. The I can't becomes I choose to, right? I don't have time becomes I choose not to make time for that. Or, really, really owning the way that we spend our life force energy here. But I feel like there's this next level message, and I'm not even really sure what it is. It may be a reflection, contemplation I've already had that's going to come through. It may be something brand new. That's part of what I demonstrate and try to model on this channel is just, I'm going to begin filming. I have a little bit of an inkling of what wants to be spoken to, but in real time, it will make itself known. And we all have that capability. And that capability comes from being very present. Yeah, see, there's a joy in presence. In loving presence. And I have devoted myself to that even more at this particular time in my own journey. So it is with loving presence and the loving, compassionate witness that is interested in self-revealing and self-disclosing the projections that may have escaped our notice, missed our observation. The easiest way, of course, I'm being shown to catch a projection is to notice your judgments. And not just negative judgments. I'm actually being shown positive. They want to go positive polarity. That's interesting. And they is just me. We. It's the me upside down. It's the greater self, greater collective. Positive judgments. I get it. I just got shown the glimpse. These are sneaky projections and sneaky shadow. I'm going to do it in a real exaggerated way, so you'll really get it. What a good boy you are for sharing, Jimmy. So implicit and unspoken in that positive judgment is a negative judgment. That if you don't share, you are bad. And that's not okay. And you won't get love. So we have to be careful with positive judgments. This is fascinating. See, I didn't know this was going to come through. Oh, here we go. And I'm just showing myself the movie reel of all my own positive judgments that have been hiding in the shadow. You're so conscious. You're so aware. You're so mindful. You're so present. And if you're not, bleh. Rah. Watch me in real time have a shadow reveal moment like, oh shit, I didn't see that until just now. So we're kind of taking it from the blind spot and we're moving it right here and going, well, hot damn, that's been there that whole time. And of course, where we're getting to is unconditional love and equanimity of it's neither good nor bad. It just is. And there's love for all and everything, no matter what. So if someone okay, I'm actually being invited to present it to you this way. What do you find you want to validate and reinforce quite a bit? If you're a parent or a grandparent, what do you compliment people on? See, this is sneaky. Many of us a long time ago, if we ever even picked it up in the first place, many of us haven't let go of complimenting people on their appearance, right? Because it's very superficial, and or on their wealth or their assets or their what they own, the car they drive, like all that stuff. We're like, oh, that's materialistic, and yada yada. But so we move on, and we're very conscious and we're very mindful, and then we're complimenting people on their I am presence. Oh my God, this is a good one. I'm just showing you in real time what it's like for me to go through my own shadow. Like, dang, it kind of sets me back a little. Like, okay, whoa, registering that one. Wow. And I will admit, like, it mixed in there with true gratitude. I mean, I'm really grateful for this because I am definitely committed to this path. I really don't want to live in the BSing myself, for sure. The sanctimonious, right? The arrogance, the hubris. That's right, Raven. But you're also clocking a little bit of my ego, like, what? Crap. Like calling myself out in real time on my YouTube channel. Why not? All right. Otherwise, I'm a hypocrite, and I don't want to be a hypocrite. Not because being a hypocrite's bad, and I'm not into being bad, but just because it just frees up a lot of energy for more constructive creation, which I realize is also a value judgment. I mean, everything is kind of in that zone, and it's just fascinating, this part of the remembering of the human journey. Ultimately, though, what it serves is, I'm going to stop talking, and you're going to feel what it serves, which is much deeper peace, tranquility, calm, freedom. And that's the gift of this reflection of the natural world. I feel like we just got a little toot, like high five. So what are we trying to say here, y'all? I think what we're trying to say is positive judgment is still judgment. Well, shucks. I'm going to give a shout out to Mike Bodowitz's book. I think it's the Book of the Elders. We'll link it in the description below. Within that contains the Sasquatch people's wisdom. And there is one in there about forgiveness that is so beautiful. And it's based on their concept of a machi. A machi being able to feel what another person experiences, walk in their shoes, see it from their perspective. And that's beautiful because it moves us out of the siloing of separation consciousness and othering and judging, both positive and negative, into what is it to be in their body, in their eyes, in their wounding. To quote someone else, there's no human on the planet that doesn't have attachment issues. It's just the way the ancestral trauma has run and handed down the legacy of, insecure attachment in one form or another. And we're in this amazing healing renaissance where we're beginning to become much more aware of this and to do all of that reclamation of our unconditional love that we are, in order to heal so much, come back into a direct embodiment and remembering of wholeness that's been there all along. And so, yeah, these self-reveals and self-disclosures are absolutely part of this, because it collapses the idea that somehow, some are doing it better, right, wrong, worse. It just is. And then we can just meet the moment in a very present fashion from a very loving space, because love is the truth. It's the ultimate truth. It's not something we're trying to get to. It's just everything else that isn't that is a distortional lens and a distortional perception that womps our vision, right? And up until this moment, the positive polarity judgment has been in my blind spot. So please leave a reflection, a comment, an aha, Maybe even out yourself like I did. Like, where do you seek to compliment and validate others in that positive judgment? Where have you until now, maybe, where you recognize, You know, it's interesting because I can hear in the field like this conversation around, yeah, but don't we want to reinforce positive attributes in our children? I don't know. I don't think we want to do that. I would raise my daughter differently. I will treat any grandchildren that come differently. I will meet them where they're at. I will meet them in their emotional experience and validate that. So if a child isn't wanting to share, can we as adults meet them in that moment and help them explore their big feelings and emotions rather than chastise and judge them, you know, thinking that it's positive reinforcement. The indirect message is you're going to receive less love. You are less approved of, less validated if you don't do what I'm positively judging. Just meeting them where they're at, helping them explore those big emotions, helping them explore the concept of amachi. If they were the other child, maybe if they're trying to take a toy away, how would that make them feel? And have them, yeah, there it is. I just felt all the energy on that. And you know what? This makes sense because guess what we do at the end of our lives during our life review? We get the full surround sound experience of what it felt like to be the other person, how we made them feel, the good, the bad, and the ugly. So why not cultivate that now from a young age? Beautiful. It's the great remembering. And there's no judgment, anything wrong about doing it unconsciously. It's just we happen to be on a planet at a time when there's a big shift in consciousness happening, because that's also really fun and interesting as an exploration. Get lost in the descension cycle and then send your way back up out like groggy, like, wait, what? We were love this whole time? I forgot. It's beautiful. I'm really grateful to be able to share this in real time with all of you. I'm so grateful all those years ago I surrendered to align with my soul purpose. It was no small task, let me tell you, because I had plenty of judgments about becoming a spirit medium. It's like, oh God, right? So this is just a little end of video encouragement to go for that alignment. Listen to your heart. Listen to the inner prompt. I still am doing that at a whole next level, over and over and over again. Yielding, letting go even more, setting old ways down, just beaming some love your way. I love you all very much. Don't forget to do all the things like, subscribe, hit the notifications bell, share this with someone you think is ready to hear it. Let's grow the channel together and help this love reach more people. Love you. Okay.